Spiritualist Church, Colby Temple. He's a doctor of metaphysics. He's been ordained for about 10 years, I guess. And he's a healer and a medium. And I've known Lewis since he came out from the camp some 15 years ago, I guess. He's been to Tennessee and back. He's traveled around quite a bit. He has a unique perspective on things. So without further ado, please welcome Dr. Lewis Gates.
The Tennessee part.
The Tennessee part? That's good. Stand close to the mic. All right, we're good. Steve left out that he was one of my CEs. He was my main CE when I got certified through the organization. So, but today I really want to speak about is there's a book a few years ago that was actually put out by Ruiz, the 4 Agreements, which actually connects to who and what we are, and because on our spiritual journey. And the 4 agreements that he actually put out, he has another book out now, the 5th agreement, but the 4 agreements, by living in accordance with those agreements, actually can change your life, can actually bring you to a new understanding of who you are. The first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. And that isn't what you tell people. Isn't all this, everybody thinks that, oh, I'm being really nice, and I'm going to talk to these people, I'm going to be really nice, I'm not going to hurt them. But the word that you speak is the word against yourself. The inward word, the word that you tell yourself. Oh, I'm not feeling good today, I'm sick today, I'm not feeling well today. I'm not going to be able to do what I need to do. We keep telling ourselves things throughout the day. Telling ourselves that we're not going to do this, we're not going to be able to be well, we're not going to be able to heal ourselves, we're not going to be able to do this. And it's the word that we tell ourselves, the words, the situations that we tell ourselves each and every day. We should tell ourselves every single day that we are alive and well. We are happy. We are glad to be here. Instead of getting up in the morning going, oh God, it's another day, it's just awful today, here I am again. We tell ourselves these things, and then we wonder why we do not feel good during the day. We wonder why we do not actually express a higher vibration in our lives if we keep telling ourselves that we're not going to be able to do what we want to do in our lives. Because we have to be able to express ourselves within ourselves. It's what we think, what we put out, what we think are things. And we do that in spiritualism, and on our spiritual journey, is what you think produces who you are. It's the energy field around you. It's when you walk in a room and the people in the room are talking or gossiping and you just kind of walk away. You just go, "Ooh, I don't feel good in this space. I don't feel good in this energy." It's the same as what you're putting out. What you're putting out around yourself. People will be attracted to you or they will stay away from you. And you want to be able to tell yourself that you are blessed. You are connected in a higher vibration. We all are. We're all connected in some way to a higher vibration, whether we believe it or not. Whatever God, whatever spirit, whatever situations that you believe in your life, it is your belief. Not everybody's going to follow the same path you do. Not everybody's going to think that you're on the right path and, oh my God, we're going to follow that path. But they do believe if what you put out, what you have around us, it's our actions produce what people say about us. It's be impeccable with your word. Second was don't make assumptions. Don't take everything personally. That's a major thing because we have people look at us and they say something and we take it personally. We put in our lives, we go, oh, they don't like me. Maybe they just don't want to be around you. There are situations in our lives that that is their story, not ours. That is what they're going through in their life. Don't take things personally if people don't talk to you. They say things about you. Out in camp, we always say if they're talking about somebody else, if they're talking about you, they're leaving somebody else alone. So don't take it so personally in your life if somebody doesn't agree to everything that you believe or say in your life. You're not going to get everybody to agree on what you think or what you say. Not everybody's going to stand there and say, yes, that's exactly right. But by taking it personally, we beat ourselves up. We think that maybe we should have done something different. Maybe we should have done something different. And really, it was just, they just didn't want to be there or accept what we were doing at that time. Our paths in our lives are always generated in our lives because these are the paths we chose. I remember years ago when I was a kid, my mother used to come and go from Casadega. And I sat in that church when they only had like 6 or 7 people in that church. They had it all roped off and covered and stuff. And I used to think as a kid, I said, someday maybe I can be pastor here. Well, all these years later, I am now pastor of Kobe Temple. Maybe I should have thought of a different dream. But I am now pastor of Kobe Temple. But the question is, it's what we put out and what we tell Spirit we want. Spirit tries to bring it to us. If people don't take what we want to put in our lives right in their vibration, and we can't take it personally, they don't want to follow us. They don't want to do things in our lives. Maybe they just have another path to take. Maybe it's their path. And we judge their path. Ooh, they should be doing this, or they should follow me, they should do this. We're all on our own path in our lives. We all have our own journey to take. Don't make assumptions in your life. We assume that people are thinking something, or we assume something is happening. We assume it. We think that, oh my God, they must be doing something. Instead of going right to the source and going right to the situation and finding out what is going on. We assume that something is going on. We assume something in our lives. But we have to realize that when we assume, we are making judgment on somebody else. So we're making a judgment on somebody. And if we're assuming something, then they could be assuming something against us. It's keeping us straight and in the vibration of our lives to following a path in our lives. We always want to do your best. And people think that doing your best is, oh, I got to do better. Your best today might be you're not well today. You can't do everything that you think you should do, but do your best that you can do today. Maybe you're not feeling up to par. Maybe something is going on in your life. We don't know what is going on in people's lives. We don't know. Maybe something has happened that has made them do what they do in their lives. We can't assume that they're doing it out of malice or out of out of judgment in their lives. They're doing it because something has happened in their lives. We can't walk in their shoes. We don't know everything that goes on in everybody's lives. Maybe you had a fight with your children this morning. Maybe something happened in your life. Maybe things are going on that you're not sharing with everybody else, but you're dealing with it on an inward vibration. You're not telling everybody what's going on, but then somebody assumes that you're not doing what you should be doing. Well, maybe it's just that day, because now you're going through some stuff that you're trying to deal with. And we have to realize, we have to let people be who they are. I remember years ago, I cannot change people. I cannot change anything. All I can do is change me. I can change the energy around me. I can get to a higher vibration because I want it for myself. And as I achieve a higher vibration in my life, as I achieve it, people will see the energy field around me and want to know what I'm doing. What have I been doing to change my life? What have I been doing to have this kind of energy around me? What have I been doing? That's what we want to have people come to us and to ask us, what have you been doing? If you lose a lot of weight, everybody wants to know what diet you're on. Everybody wants to know what you've been doing, what you've been eating, so they can lose weight too. As spiritual travelers on a path in our lives, we should be attracting people because of who we are and what we put out. What we show the world around us, people will be attracted to us. The fifth agreement he put out was be skeptical of what you hear. I try my best, as pastor of a church, I try my best not to listen to gossip. I do my best. But sometimes you have to kind of go right to the source and finish it and do what you need to do to fix it. We listen to things, and take them to heart. Be skeptical of what you hear and what you have in your vibration. Does it radiate to you? Years ago, I was at a large convention, and I was speaking with a lot of other people. And this lady came up after I finished speaking. She goes, I went to a large workshop in Mexico. There's amphibian people right underneath the floor, and they're waiting for us to stop so they can get us. I said, really? I looked up at the podium going, really? She goes, yeah. This guy told us so. So they've got to be there. And when we leave the situations in our life, does it radiate to you? Does it bring some solace to you? Or does it stop you on your growth in your life? Does it stop you? We have so many times in our lives we stop because of what somebody else has told us. What they believe is their truth, their vibration, their truth. What is your truth? That's the vibration. What is your truth? What do you believe? I went to this guy's website. He's got 20, 30,000 people that sit in the audience and listen to him about the people. Wow. That's a good thing. But the vibration is does it fit you? Does it make sense to you? When people are teaching you things and instructing you on things in your life, does it balance your life? Does it make you feel better? Does it increase your awareness? Does it make you feel great? That's what you should always ask yourself when you're learning and you're teaching things, because some things we just don't need to know. We don't need to feed it into our systems and become part of that vibration. Some things just don't fit. I've been in this work a long time. Long before I came to Casadega, I've been in it a long time. I've heard a lot of stuff. I've read a lot of books. The question is, I always liked the old books, really old books from the 1800s. Maybe they kind of knew what they were talking about, because I really liked the old books. The new ones are okay, but the really old ones, boy, they just make you feel like, ooh. And you have that. There's an older book now that calls to people on the other side, dwellers at the threshold. It's an old book that people that have not progressed to a higher vibration when they enter into the spiritual world, they are called dwellers of the threshold. These are people who think that they are deceivers, people coming to try to help them, to bring them to the other side, to encourage them, to get them to the other side. They believe by being taught on this earth plane that these are deceivers. These are people here to deceive them and take them to a different place they're not supposed to go. So they wait for Jesus or somebody to come and get them. But they're called dwellers of the threshold. And I always thought that, because when we do meditation, when we instruct ourselves and we do meditation, we try to raise our vibration to a higher level. We are taught to discern the Spirit, discern the Spirit that comes through. Know who is talking through you or who is working with you. Discern the Spirit. We have all these gifts, all these great teachings that we have throughout the years of telling us how to proceed in speaking to Spirit, how to achieve our highest vibration. But if we live by the 4 agreements, and we make no assumptions, we don't take things personally, we are impeccable with our word, and we do our best. Nobody can ask anything else of you. You're doing your best. Your best today might be different than my best, or anybody else's best in here, but you're doing your best. And that's all we can ask people to do, is to do your best. To be kind to fellow people on the path. Maybe your energy or your vibration in your life isn't exactly like the other people that you come across. But doesn't mean the path or where they are is different than yours. They just haven't caught you yet. They're just traveling the path as fast and as gentle as they can. We cannot rush people to get to a point in their path that fits us. Might not fit our vibration, because nobody in this room is exactly like everybody else. That's the really good thing about being human. We're not like everybody else. We aren't a cookie-cutter group of people that we're just like everybody. Our beliefs, our systems, and how we were raised, who was in our lives, and what was happening in our lives is a whole different story. I was raised with a Baptist minister as a father. My mother was a spiritualist minister. My grandmother, a Catholic, Roman Catholic. My grandmother was a Cherokee Indian woman. Our conversations at the dinner table got quite heavy. But we understood each other. Everybody got along and understood, and we didn't make somebody feel smaller or not significant in their own beliefs, because it's what they believed. It's what they believed in their lives. And when we're talking to people this following week and this week to come, and talking to people and conversing with them, don't judge where they're at. We can encourage. We can show through example, through our lives, of what we've done and what they could possibly do to encourage their lives. Show through example of what is going on in your life. I've come a long way in my life. Years ago, when I first got up to camp, I probably would not have spoke on the platform if you would have held a gun to my head and tied me to the platform. But now, I'm very easy. So things in our lives can change. We can reorganize our lives, bring ourselves to a higher vibration. If you're ill, you can be well. If things are going on in your life on a personal level, then it can encourage itself and get better for you. But don't feel that you can change somebody around you, because you can't. They can only change themselves. And you can change who you are. But they can only change themselves. And I want to thank you.